Virabhadrasana 3. It's warrior pose 3 and Vishuddha here at your knees. Come to the front. Vira means hero, Vira means friend, and this is one of 3 poses, and it comes from a story when Shiva, in a fit of rage, ripped out a lock of his hair and threw it to the ground, and up sprang these 3 warrior incarnations. So watch my feet. I stand with this leg just a few inches away from the wall. Step wide. I first take Virabhadrasana 1. Watch the back leg. So come to the side where you can see my back legs. I lift the heel and turn this thigh from the inner thigh to the outer thigh. Extend forward, lay my trunk on top of my thigh. Take a step in, and then on an exhalation, straighten the standing leg and lift the back leg simultaneously. To come out, I reach back into Virabhadrasana 1, look forward, come out. And then we'll turn around to do the second side. Stand facing the window wall. Stand with your left foot just about an inch or so away from the wall. Take a big step out with the right foot. Come a little closer to the wall with your left foot. And you too, Karen, a little closer. Turn the left foot in. Inhale, externally rotate the upper arms. Turn the palms toward the ceiling. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, turn the right leg. As you turn the leg, turn your hips, turn your torso. Use your arms to extend up to your side chest now. So Urdhva Hastasana. Externally rotate the upper arms. So the inner upper arms are rolling away from you and the outer upper arms are rolling toward you. See that your arms are at least in line with your ears. Inhale, on an exhalation, bend the right knee. So Karen, keep your heel on the floor. Bend the right knee until your right knee is at a right angle. Let's let me straighten your arms. Now, pick the left heel up, and internally rotate that thigh. So the back of the thigh is rolling from the inner thigh to the outer thigh. Inhale, on an exhalation, extend your torso forward until your torso is laying on top of your right thigh. Take a step in. On an exhalation, straighten the right leg and lift the left leg at the same time. Look in between your hands. Exhale, bend the right knee, reach back into Virabhadrasana 1. And straighten the right leg. Release the arms. Back toward the window walls. Step the feet together. And then we'll turn around to do the second side. Have the right foot just about 1.5 to 2 inches away from the wall. Step the feet wide. Turn the palms up toward the ceiling. When you turn the palms up toward the ceiling, feel that strong external rotation of the upper arms. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Turn the left leg in. I'm sorry, I'm doing the wrong side. I'm just confused. I'm so sorry. And then turn the left leg out. Have the torso facing the center of the room. Exhale, bend the left knee. Keep the arms in line with the ears. Now, Sharon, Virabhadrasana 1. Virabhadrasana 1. So be in Virabhadrasana 1 first. Square your hips. Right, then straighten the right leg. Tailbone forward. And extend up through your arms. Use your arms to extend up through the side chest. Release the head back. Look forward. On an exhalation, extend your torso out and over the left thigh. Look in between your hands. Pick the right heel up. Turn the thigh from the inside to the outside. So now the hips are parallel. Step the foot forward. On an exhalation, straighten the left leg and lift the right leg simultaneously. Look in between your hands. Reach through the right inner heel. Reach through the arms. And then bend the left knee, reach back into Virabhadrasana 1. Straighten the leg. Turn the toes forward, release the arms, and step the feet together. So have a look, watch. What is happening when I come into this, what I see happening when you come into this pose. Watch this leg. I see you coming forward, but look at how far forward my knee is from my ankle. So you're taking a step in, and you're going this direction, more like an escalator. When actually the knee here is the fulcrum. This is your center of gravity, the fulcrum, your lever. So when you come into Virabhadrasana 3 from Virabhadrasana 1, look at how my hips are perfectly square. So what needs to happen is this femur needs to draw back into the hip socket. So I resist back with this shin. And I keep resisting back with this shin as I straighten this leg. So I come up more like a lift, like an elevator rather than an escalator. So let's do it once more. Face the window wall. Have the left foot just an inch or so away from the wall. Step the right foot out. Extend the arms. Turn the palms up toward the ceiling. Strongly externally rotate the upper arms. Keep your eyes at the horizon of the eyes. Don't look down. Inhale, take your arms up into Urdhva Hastasana. Extend your arms. Have your arms in line with your ears. Take the shoulder blades down. Turn the left toes in. Turn the right leg out. As you turn the leg out, turn your hips. Turn your torso. Bring the back of your left ribs forward until both sides of your torso are equidistant to the center of the room. Inhale. On your exhalation, take Virabhadrasana 1. Bend the right knee. Don't let the arms come forward. Sharon, take your arms back. Bend the right knee until it is at a right angle. So everyone needs to come down about 1 inch. Everyone straighten the left leg. Tailbone forward, abdomen to the spine. Inhale. On an exhalation, extend your torso out and over the right thigh. Lift the left heel. Turn the back of the left thigh from the inner thigh to the outer thigh so that the hips are parallel. Now take a step in, but don't allow the right knee to come forward at the ankle. Keep resisting that right shin back. As you exhale, straighten the right leg, lift the left leg at the same time. Yes. Now everyone, resist that right shin back and let the left hip roll forward. Remember to extend more through that right inner heel and lift the leg. Extend your arms. You should feel as though someone is pulling your arm and pulling that right leg, pulling in both directions. Abdomen to the spine. And then exhale, bend the knee, come back into Virabhadrasana 1. Straighten the right leg. Turn forward. Release the arms, step the feet back together, and then turn around to do the second side. Right foot close to the wall. Take a big step out with the left foot. Extend the arms. Externally rotate the upper arms. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. So from your right arm wants to bend more like this. So really straighten that arm. Keep the arms in line with the ears. Turn the right toes in. Turn the left leg out. Turn, straighten your arms. Inhale. Keep your arms in line with the ears. Keep reaching up through your arms as you exhale and bend the left knee. As you bend the left knee, resist back with the left shin and suck that left femur bone back into the hip socket. Square your hips. Stand up on that back leg. Inhale, reach through your arms. Exhale, extend out and over the left thigh. Lift the right heel. Turn the thigh from the inner thigh to the outer thigh. Step the right foot forward, but don't allow the left knee to come forward of that ankle. Keep resisting the left shin back as you exhale and straighten the left leg, lift the right leg. Reach through the right inner heel. Abdomen to the spine, roll the right hip forward, and then look just beyond your hands, as if you're looking at something that's just beyond your reach. Karen, lift your arms. And then exhale, reach back into Virabhadrasana 1. Reach through your arms to come up. Look forward. Turn the toes in. Release the arms. Step the feet back together. Take a belt. Fold your mat into thirds. Make a loop with your belt. Measure from the inner armpit. Make a loop with your belt. So fold your mat into thirds. That's fourths. This is thirds. Take a block, a medium-sized block. And have the open edges of the mat up against the wall. Then please come watch. This next pose is Pincha Mayurasana. It means peacock tail feather pose. And what this pose looks like is a male peacock lifting its tail feathers up, getting ready to start its dance. So I want you to come to either side so that you can see the foundation. I'm going to show you first without the belt. Come close so that you can see my hands. My elbows are directly underneath my shoulders. And look where my hands are at the block. The front edge of the block comes just to the base of the edges of my index fingers, and my thumbs stretch toward each other, and there's just a small space between the block and my thumbs. My elbows, again, are directly underneath my shoulders. The belt goes just above the elbows. And now watch from the sides as I come into this pose. Watch my hands. See how my inner wrists want to come up? I have to press my inner wrist down. Look toward the block. Walk in. Each time I walk in, I lift the shoulders. Walk in, lift the shoulders. One leg pushes, one leg kicks. But watch this leg that's going up. This is the leg, this is the back leg of Virabhadrasana 3, what we just did. So I don't want it to go externally rotating like this. I roll that thigh in. On an exhalation, one leg pushes, one leg kicks. Now look at my back, especially look at my lower back. I have to roll my thighs in, join my inner ankles, and reach up through my heels. And then to come down. One leg stays at the wall as long as possible, and I come down with control. Your turn. Does this belt belong to someone? Place the belt just above your elbows. Place your elbows directly underneath your armpits. Suggest that your belt is too wide. Place your palms on the floor. The front edge of the block comes to the base of the index fingers, and the thumbs stretch toward each other. Now, with the elbows directly underneath the shoulders, as you have them here, roll your palms up toward the ceiling. Stretch your thumbs away from each other. Tom, roll your palms up toward the ceiling. Tom, roll your palms up. Yes. So when you roll the palms up and you stretch the thumbs away from each other, you feel that strong external rotation of the upper arms. So the inner upper arms are rolling away from you, and the outer upper arms, which are your triceps, are rolling in toward you. Keep that strong external rotation of your upper arms, and just turn your palms to the floor. Now you feel how your inner wrists are popping up. Press the inner wrists down by stretching the thumbs toward each other. Tuck the toes under. Raise the hips, start walking the feet in. Each time you walk the feet in, press the inner wrist, lift your shoulders. Look towards your block. Walk the feet in, press the inner wrist, lift your shoulders. One leg pushes, one leg kicks. On a strong exhalation, kick up. Once you're up, roll the thighs in. Join the inner ankles. Press the inner wrists, abdomen to the spine, buttocks toward the heels. Reach through the inner heels. Push through your feet as if you're going to take your feet to the ceiling. And then to come down, one heel stays at the wall as long as possible. Come down with control. palm. Your belt is too wide. Let's do this again. Place your elbows underneath your armpits. Inner elbows in line with inner armpits. Flare the hands as you would for Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then turn the palms up toward the ceiling again to activate that strong external rotation of the upper arms. Keep that action and just turn the palms. Keep the hands flared so you're not jamming the fingers into the block. Stretch the thumbs toward each other to take the inner wrist down. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Tuck the toes under and lift the hips. Keep pressing the inner wrist down. Walk the toes in. Press the inner wrist, lift the shoulders. Walk the toes in, press the inner wrist, lift the shoulders. One leg pushes, one leg kicks with a strong exhalation. Kick up. Once you're there, press the inner wrists. Roll the thighs in. Join the inner ankles. Reach through your heels, Asami. Join your inner ankles. Join the inner ankles. Make them touch. And then reach up through the inner heels. And then, if you're there, take the floating ribs back. Buttocks forward, buttocks forward. Asami, reach to your heels, heels. And then to come down, one leg at the wall, and come down with control. Rest for a moment in child's pose. And then come up. Completely remove the strap and the block from this area and fold your mat into fold. So these poses we're working on today take a lot more mental involvement than some of the poses that we've done previously on our syllabus. So not only is there a lot of physical effort involved, there's some mental effort involved. And in Salama Shirshasana, which is the pose that we're about to do, there's both a lot of physical effort to balance in this pose, but there's also a strong mental component. And this makes me think of one of the sutras in the third chapter, the first verse, Desha Bandha Chittasya Dharana. The dharana, as we've all learned, is concentration, to focus concentration. Please come to the sides again. So, when we're practicing asana, where can we find that focused concentration? It's typically at the base of the pose. So come close. As we were doing in Pishamayurasana, the arms are very similar. But here in Salama Shirshasana, the wrists are stacked on top of each other now. So with my fingers interlaced, my fingers are just a few inches away from the wall. Again, my inner elbows are in line with my inner armpit. But now look at my wrists. Right? So instead of, the wrists want to roll in now. So now the wrists need to be stacked directly on top of each other. Inner wrists on top of outer wrists. Okay. So here, that focused concentration is the pressing of the wrists. Okay. The head comes to the floor. Now watch from the sides. Watch my back. Right. See how my back looks rounded right now. Each time I take a step in, I have to press my wrist and lift my shoulders. Walk in, press my wrist and lift my shoulders. And then just as we came up into Pishamayurasana, this leg turns in, and I reach through that leg, and eventually the other leg follows. And again, exactly like Pishamayurasana, once I come up, the thighs roll in, the inner ankles join, and I reach up through my heels. So we've all done this before at the wall, but now we're going to work on balancing. To balance, I extend one leg higher than the other, bring that heel away from the wall. Take it back, extend this leg higher, bring it away from the wall, bring it back, and then one leg comes away, the other leg joins. And then come down, one heel stays at the wall as long as possible, and then come down with control. Interlace your fingers. Place your fingers just a few inches, no more than 3 inches away from the wall. Join the fingers all the way down to the webbings of the fingers. But the fingers remain loose. And like Pishamayurasana, position your inner elbows directly underneath your inner armpit. So the elbows are directly underneath the shoulders. You see how your arms, your forearms, and your hands are in this sort of triangle shape like a plow? So see that the inner wrists are stacked on top of the outer wrists, and then pick the hands up just slightly and plow your wrists forward. So you feel that sharpening of the forearm bone. And then place your head on the floor. The crown of the head goes in between the hands, and the back of the head is touching the hands. Thumbnail, thumbprint on top of thumbnail. Press the inner wrist, tuck the toes under, lift your hips. Plow the wrists forward to lift your shoulders and begin walking the toes in. Each time you walk the toes in, plow the wrists forward and lift the shoulders. And we're going to go up with the left leg first. So plow the wrist forward and lift the left leg. It has to be poker straight. Remember Virabhadrasana 3. Turn that thigh in, reach through the heel, and extend that leg up, 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 up. And finally, the right leg follows. Reach up. Once you're up, roll the thighs in. Roll the thighs in strongly. Join the inner ankles. Magnetize the legs together by contracting the outer hips more. And then take your attention back to your base, the dharana, that focused concentration. Press down into your wrists and plow the wrists forward to lift your shoulder blades even more. Cut the center of the shoulder blades forward. Take the abdomen to the spine. Karen and Mary Beth, strongly take your abdomen to your spine. Yes. Take the buttock bones towards your heels. And reach up through your inner heels as you did in Paschimottanasana. So in Shirshasana, the back of the body should feel longer than the front of the body. And now we're going to work on balancing. Extend the right leg higher than the left leg. And feel how you have to press down with that right wrist and that right arm and lift that right shoulder even more. Keep that action and take the leg back to the wall. And then extend the left leg even higher. Reach up through that left heel and press down into that left forearm even more. And then take the leg back to the wall. Roll the thighs in. And now we're going to balance. So bring one heel away from the wall. And then the other leg joins. Focus, dharana. Press down into the wrist to lift the shoulders up. Abdomen to the spine. Tailbone toward the pubis, toward the pubic symphysis. Roll the thighs in. Magnetize the legs together again. And extend through your inner heels. Jessica, walk to your left. Join your inner ankles. And then bring one heel at a time back to the wall. Keep the shoulders lifted. Bring the heels back to the wall. Keep the shoulders lifted. Come down with the same leg that you went up with. Keep the shoulders lifted. Keep one heel at the wall as long as possible. Come down and rest in child's pose. Come up, take 3 blankets, and open your mat lengthwise the way we started. Have your mat about 3 feet away from the wall. So one blanket, open up just once from the way that it came off the shelf. The other blankets folded lengthwise from the way that it came off the shelf, and they're off to the side. You may or may not need them. So please set this up quickly, and then come watch. Our next pose is Supta Virasana. Supta means supine, recline, and we know Virasana already. It's hero pose. Okay, watch from the sides. I first come to Virasana. To come back. One elbow at a time, but watch hips here. I lift my hips and move my buttocks toward my knees. So my buttocks continue moving toward my knees. Now I press my elbows to coil my spine back, and just the crown of my head comes to the floor first. I want you to look at my ankles here. Watch my ankles. See how they are sickled out? Watch what I do. I suck the inner ankles in. And the buttocks continue moving towards the knees. And then I slide my head down. The arms come overhead into Urdhva Hastasana. To come out is just everything in reverse. Press the hands, take the crown of the head to the floor. And then I come up with my sternum. Press the arms, lift the chest to come up. Okay. Now, we'll start by sitting in Virasana first. So let's all go in together, please. So stand on your knees. Have your feet hip distance apart. Knees together. So come towards the front edge of your blanket. Knees are together. Feet are hip distance apart. Take your fingers in behind your knees and pull the calf muscles back and to the side and come to sit. Tom, your feet need to be wider apart. So you don't want to be sitting on your heels. The heels are on either side of your hips. Does anyone need something to sit on? Okay. So, actually, I think you're going to be okay once we go back, right? Sit up straight, press your fingertips into the floor beside you, sit up straight and tall. Take your hands here to the front of your knees and pull your knees back into the hip socket. Do you feel that action of the femur bones moving back into the hips? Keep that by compacting your outer hips. Okay. And then suck the inner ankles in here. Extend through the first toes. Take your hands behind you, lean back, come to your elbows. Lift your hips just slightly and take your buttocks strongly to the maximum to your knees. Press your elbows into the floor to lift your chest. Coil your spine back. Now release the head back and come to the crown of your head. Sharon, come up from here and come back up. You need something to sit on. Okay. Keep moving the femur bones into the hip socket, but at the same time extend your knees away from you. And now slide your head back until you're flat on the floor. Extend the arms overhead. Swami, how are you doing? Okay. Tom, allow your knees to come a little farther away. It's okay for them to come apart slightly. Tailbone to the knees, buttock flesh to the knees to the maximum. And then allow your back ribs to settle toward the floor. The arms are active, palms toward the ceiling. So backs of the hands press into the floor. Throat soft. Eyes soft. And then to come out, everything in reverse. Take your hands back beside your feet. Press your elbows into the floor, come to the crown of your head. Keep your buttocks moving towards your knees to the maximum. Lift from your breastbone to come up. Use the strength that Sharon, don't use your head to come up. Let your head go back. Lift the chest to come up. Look straight ahead. Press the top of the ankles to come forward. Onto all fours. Cross your ankles behind you. And extend your legs underneath. Into Dandasana. Take a chair. Move everything out of the way except for a chair, one mat, and 2 blocks. Move all the blankets to the sides of the room quickly, please. Have a mat, shorter than that as well. 2 blocks. blocks are at the wall. Come watch. I measure the distance. This pose is Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow pose. So I'm going to measure the distance by sitting in the center of the chair, reaching backward, just my fingertips brush. I need to come forward just a little bit. Sitting in the center of the chair, fingertips just brush the wall behind me. Okay? Watch from the sides. Buttocks come through the chair. I lie back on the chair, release the head, push myself off the chair until my shoulder blades are off. Feet walk in, hands come to the blocks. Watch my elbows. My elbows roll in. I press my feet, and with a sharp exhalation, press up into Urdhva Dhanurasana. That's it. To come up, we come up just like Supta Virasana. I do not use my head to come up. I come up using the breastbone, using the strength of my arms. So I put my buttocks back into the center of the chair and lift my chest to come up. So measure first, sit in the center of your chair. And without leaning back, just reach back and your fingertips should just barely brush the wall. Some of you, your blocks are too close together. The blocks should have been shoulder width apart. Okay, sit up straight. Right now, parallel your feet. Make the outer edges of your feet parallel to each other. Press down into your heels. And just as you did in Supta Virasana, suck the femur bones back into the hip socket. Remember, all the way back to Virabhadrasana 1. Resist the shins and suck the femur bones back into the hip socket. That's the action you're going to be looking for in Urdhva Dhanurasana. Slide the buttocks forward through the chair. Lay back. Release your head. Arms overhead. Maybe take your feet wider apart. Asami, feet wider apart, and turn your outer heels out. Turn your inner heels out. The other way. Okay, roll the thighs in like you did in Supta Virasana, and walk your feet in closer. Sharon, walk your feet in much closer, not together, but closer to the chair. So feet are a distance apart, hands are shoulder width apart. Karen, take your hands to the blocks. Remember Pincha Mayurasana, how the inner elbows were to be in line with the inner armpits? It's the same alignment here. Line your inner elbows up with your inner shoulders, the inner armpits. So roll the elbows in more, Asami. And then with a sharp exhalation, push up. Buttock flush to the knees to the maximum. Press the arms and straighten the arms. Press the hands, straighten the arms. Resist the shins back. And exhale, come down. So you need to take your lift your head, wider apart. Take your feet to the floor, rest for a moment. Come farther off of the chair toward the wall, toward this way. Until your shoulders should be off of the chair at this point. Take your hands to the blocks. Walk your feet in closer to the chair. And everyone turn your toes in slightly so that you feel that strong internal rotation of the femur bones. Here, take the buttock flesh to the knees to the maximum. Already, you're doing that here. Roll the elbows in toward each other. Inner elbows in line with inner shoulders, inner armpits. Inhale. On an exhalation, press the feet, press the hands, and lift. Lift the heels up. Walk the toes in. Lift the buttocks even higher. And then can you keep the buttocks moving towards the knees, keep the hips moving up, and only lower the inner heels down. Exhale and release. And then slide your buttocks back onto the center of the chair. Keep your head down. Extend your right leg forward. Push through your right leg. We're going to come up this way. Press through your right leg. Inhale, lift your chest to come up. And sit up straight. Okay. Get rid of the chairs, get rid of the blocks, take a strap, 3 blankets, and fold your mat as if you're going to do Salambasana. Stand. Something will need to be underneath your tailbone, so you either need a bolster or a foam block. Remember, you have to have something to support your buttocks when you come in and out of this pose. So we all know that for Salama Sarvangasana, for shoulder stand, the measurement of the belt is a bit wider. It's to the outer shoulder instead of the inner armpit. So go ahead and measure and get your belt ready. This next pose is Parshva Halasana. It means Halasana to the side. So I'm going to ask that you stagger yourself. So Sharon, stay back. Asanya, come forward. Tom, come forward. Karen, come forward. That's the other next. Okay, we ready? Okay, come to the sides. Actually, come and watch from behind. I first come to Halasana. Hands come to the back. But I step my feet wide into Supta Konasana. You have to do both sides. So this foot steps over here to join this foot. But look at my feet. See how they're not level, how one heel is farther back than the other. So I suck that bone, that femur bone into the hip, and I align the heels. But notice how my shoulders stay level. Step back to Supta Konasana. Do the second side. Back to Supta Konasana. Halasana. Release the belt and roll out. Lie back. We'll all go in together. Roll over, take your legs over into Halasana. All the way to the floor. And then, Tom, walk your shoulders toward the center of the room so that your neck is not, the cervical neck spine is not resting on the blankets. So walk your shoulders to stretch. Yeah, that's it. Extend your arms back behind you first. If you don't already have the belt on, put the belt on just above the elbows. And then roll the palms up toward the ceiling, like we did in Pincha Mayurasana, so that you feel that strong external rotation of the upper arms. Keep that strong external rotation of the upper arms, and press the outer shoulders down, then take your hands to your back. Walk your hands down your back. It helps to find some skin. So if you have your hands on your shirt, get your hands up underneath your shirt, and put your palms on your skin. Press the outer shoulders down and lift up through your side chest panels. Press all 10 toes into the floor strongly, and as you did in Shirshasana, Salama Shirshasana, squeeze the thighs together, magnetize the inner thighs, and press the backs of the thighs now up toward the ceiling. Now step the feet wide, Supta Konasana. Press the outer shoulders down, lift the chest. Walk the left foot to the right foot. Join the inner ankles, and you feel how that heel is farther back. The left heel is farther back than the right heel. So roll the right thigh in more and reach up more through the right inner heel. Suck the right femur bone into the hip socket. And then, Karen, roll your left hip up toward the feet. That's it. Next, step the feet wide again, Supta Konasana. Press the outer shoulders down. Lift up to the side chest. Step the right foot to the left foot. Just to walk your, is it because you're too close to Asana, can you walk your left foot farther away until it's in line with your head? But without losing the shoulders. So the shoulders stay in one plane. Press the outer shoulders down. Now roll the left thigh in more and reach up through the left inner heel more. And suck that left femur bone back into the hip socket as you've been doing in all the poses today. And then step the feet wide into Supta Konasana again. Come back to Halasana. Release the belt. And roll out. Once your buttocks come to the floor, move yourself head towards the front door, your head toward the front door till your shoulders are off the blankets and resting on the floor. How much over was that? 2 minutes?
It was about 2 minutes, not too bad. I would like to take a break while we're